All right, we're going to get into some Eroll Spence talk right quick. I'm going to address a few things that I've seen, a few things I was asked, a few comments that I've seen. And one of the first things that I want to address is this whole Eroll Spence. Oh, well, let me first say this, because somebody wrote me this. They told me, they said, Bruce, you were the guy that nicknamed Eroll Spence. Eroll Spence, Eroll Spence. So stick to your guns. I love that comment. The only thing is, I did not invent the name Eroll Spence. That wasn't me. So the person who invented that, could you please show up and make yourself notified? Because I know you do watching my shit. I forgot who you was, but I did not invent Eroll Spence. I wish I did, but that wasn't me. I invented Lomosexuals, but I didn't invent no Eroll Spence. And with that comment is actually within what I want to talk about, is that it seems to maybe bother y'all a little bit that I might give Eroll Spence some kind of credit or something like that, which I find very weird. Boxing fans, y'all are unlike any fans in any other sport. You guys take this shit to heart, to the grave, to the moon and back. What I'm saying is this. How many times has Eroll Spence been on the Duck Chronicles? Let me see. At least 3 or 4. You know? He at least been on there like 3 or 4 times. How many times have I got on Eroll Spence's head? How many videos have I made about Eroll Spence ducking? How many times have I said it? How many more videos can I make about the same damn subject? Okay? After a while, I do this thing where I like to practice balance. Not just balance, just to practice balance, but I must see some balance there. And we still have to acknowledge the fact. And keep in mind, it's the same thing I say about Devin Haney and people not wanting to see him fight. I'm not a fan of Devin Haney, but I still want to see him fight this dude. Okay, I'm not a fan of Eroll Spence, but I still acknowledge that him taking these kind of fights coming off a loss, not coming off a loss, but coming off these injuries and these layoffs, a lot of fighters that we know and favor wouldn't do that. What's wrong with acknowledging that? Y'all gonna have to be honest about that. Okay? So that takes some self-belief, that takes some courage, that takes some, because a lot of people think that I read one comment where they said, I said being a coward was cool or okay. Like, motherfuckers, are y'all retarded? You talking to the creator of the Duck Chronicles, man. Who don't despise that shit more than me? That's why I created the fucking series. I can't stand that shit. But I should be able to give somebody a motherfucking compliment. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Maybe I painted myself into a corner. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it seems people are bothered that I even have something even positive to say about Eroll Spence. Listen, I understand that, but how much longer can we keep beating a dead horse? Let's see what he does after the fight. Then we can resume our position. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how the fuck I feel. Because at the end of the day, the motherfucker's still a human being. He's still a father. He's still this. He's still that. Damn, I don't hate the motherfucking guy. I'm just telling the truth about what I feel about him. Point blank and period, man. Shit. Y'all be like, no, fuck that, Bruce. Don't. Stay on his neck. Stay on his. I've been on his neck. I've been on it already. I should be able to say something that I can see. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. And if y'all trust my feelings and my opinions any other time, then you should be able to trust this. And if you disagree with that, and if you believe he should just be rolled like a mule all the way through it, then go ahead. But I'm not going to knock you for thinking that way. That's your frame of thinking. I'm not going to knock you. I understand why you would feel that way. Then it should be easy to understand why I would think, hey, I do have to acknowledge that, he is taking these fights coming off these injuries and eye surgeries and, and shit like that. That does need to be praised. You have to understand that you have to praise people when they do certain shit, because if you only open your mouth when they do shit that you don't like, what incentive do they have to show you anything better than what they've been showing you? That's common sense. You know what I'm saying? But that's on that. The other thing is, people was talking about Eroll Spence training video. and how he looks good and sharp, and his body looks good and everything. And I watched him hit the heavy bag. Yeah, he looks on point. He looks sharp. He looks better than he's looked in the last couple of fights. Well, at least training wise, he does. You know, and they asked me, Bruce, what you think about it? I said, yeah, he looks good. He does. But the way my brain works, this is how I'm thinking. Now, I've been listening to what Jamel Charlo has been saying about the Brian Castaño fight. And we all aware that there's no drug testing going on over there at PBC. And we are all aware that there's no drug testing going on with this Eroll Spence and Ugas fight. Well, if you don't know, you do know now. Okay? So a person like me is looking like, this is the best you've looked in a long time. I know you had a lot of the training camps, but you are looking strong, stronger than you normally do look. I'm just wondering, is there some kind of correlation between no drug testing and how good Eroll Spence is looking? I'm just saying, that's where my brain goes with it. Not trying to take nothing away from him, but fuck it. There's some people gonna get sense and say, oh, you're trying to take, all right, fuck it. Then I guess I am. But we cannot ignore the fact that this is not the first. Pacquiao and Thurman wasn't no drug testing going on. What's up with this drug testing? So yeah, Eroll Spence looks good, but given the fact that they ain't doing no drug testing, I'm not that surprised that he looks this good. I'm just saying. And if there's a problem with me saying it, then how come there's a problem with me saying that, but you don't have a problem with the fact that PBC is real light on these fucking drug tests? There is no drug testing going on. None whatsoever. So when it comes to Eroll Spence training video, I would lie to you if I say that that's not in the back of my mind, because he does look good. He does look sharp. This is the best he's looked in a while. But at the same time, also know ain't no drug testing going on over there at PBC. Why? I have no idea. But this PBC and Eroll Spence being on VADA and stuff like that, this has been a long conversation. You know? This has been a long conversation, you know? And like Eroll Spence said, he said, I ain't knocked out nobody in a minute. So it'll be one thing if he get out here and totally stop Ugas, being that he ain't knocked nobody out in a minute. You don't get younger, you get older, you know? So I'm not saying your training could be better, but I'm just going to say, if he go out there and just totally blitz, because he said, I'm talking about I want to put on a one-sided dominating performance. I said, what? You ain't have a one-sided dominating performance with fucking Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude from a lower weight division. You ain't knocked out nobody in a while. What makes you think you gonna have that kind of performance against Ugas? That's what put my antenna up. I'm like, oh shit, he's really confident. But then I'm reading all this no PBC drug testing and all this shit. I'm like, oh. Is that what the fuck it is? You know, and if it isn't, it isn't. But at the same time, I can't not ignore the fact that ain't no drug testing going on. You better look good with no drug testing going on. That's all the fuck I got to say. Your ass better look good. PBC they ain't doing no drug testing over there. So, on top of him looking this good, body being ripped, and he looking strong on that heavy bag, I mean, he looking sharp. And then he go out there and stop or knock out Ugas? I'm going to tell you, that's going to be real suspect to somebody like me. I said somebody like me. You don't got to feel that way. Okay? You can feel however you want to feel. I'm just saying, with the way my brain works and how I look at things, I'm going to connect them dots and put that shit together. I'm just saying, that's just me. But anyways, that's what I think of Eroll Spence training video and whatever and whatnot. I'm out.